Hi, my name is Hamid. I'm an instructor at ASM Educational Center. Today I'm going to talk about S3. What's S3 is, how does it work at Amazon? Excuse me. We have covered a lot of material on EC2, VPC, security. Make sure you watch those videos. But today I want to talk about S3. S3 is very important, is object based. That is, allow you to upload the files, photo, etc. All that. It's not operating system. Files can be from 0 bytes to 5 terabytes. There's unlimited storage, so there's a storage. File are stored inside the bucket. What that means, excuse me, I have a little cold. What that means, you have to create a bucket first, then you upload your file there, okay? S3 is universal namespace, so it must be unique. That means when you create a bucket, which we're going to do that, like I call that Hamid test bucket 1. Then I'll put a picture there. That's the format it's going to be. So this name has to be unique. That means if somebody has used that, you cannot use that too. S3 is object based and consists of this file. It has a key. This is name of the object, has value. This is simply the data, is made of sequence of bytes, and version ID is important for version. Version we can cover later on. Now S3 has this durability, built for 99% availability for S3 platform. Amazon guarantee 99.9 availability. Amazon guaranteed 99.9999 for durability of S3. That means 11 nines. That's durability. It has lifecycle management. We're going to talk about it later on. That means I can put it on the archive. That's very important for future. We're going to cover this. Versioning. Version is very important. That means you can go back to old version, encryption, and so on. And also secure. You have a bunch of classes. We have one S3, regular S3, one S3 infrequent access, and one is called reduced redundancy storage, and we're going to see all of them. One is called Glacier. Glacier is the cheapest one, and you can archive it within 3 to 5 to restore it if you want to restore it. This is only used for archiving. Okay. Excuse me. So first I'm going to do a lab. First I create a bucket, then I'm going to go through the lab. I created, upload the pictures with the different permission and properties. Okay, first I'm going to do lab. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to our browser right here. This is my EC2 is right here. It comes up. So I have a bunch of stuff running, but I've created a shortcut to S3. So this is S3s. So I'm going to go to S3 right now. As you see, there's nothing there. So I'm going to create bucket. So what I'm going to do, now watch this. If I say capital A, you see that bucket cannot contain uppercase. Bucket is started with a lowercase letter number, and buckets must be between 3 or 16 characters. So I would say ASM test bucket V as Virginia. Then I'm going to pick region. I can type in Virginia, Northern Virginia. Okay. Or just say US East. I'll put US East. Okay. Next. Now here we have versioning, logging, and stuff like that. So I'm going to do versioning later on. Next. Now here's very important. Look what happened. Manage public permission. Okay. Do grant public read access to this bucket, or do not. I'm saying do not grant and do not grant. Right now I'm not going to give like that. Later on I'm going to change this permission. Okay. So I'm going to just leave it default. Next. By default, I owner right here, I get these read and write, and also that. What is this? Object is what? Grant permission to the user to the list, create, override, delete object in the bucket. That's what that important. What is this? Object permission. Grant permission to the user to read, write, to and access control list for the bucket. Okay. So that's the two part. Next. And that's it. I'm going to create what? A bucket. So right now I have a bucket. Okay. Now again, this is a new thing. Is if you want to go back to the old console, I can go back to there. I'm going to go back later on. Now I'm going to click inside here, bucket, I have nothing there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my folder, and I'm going to upload a file. I'm going to add the file. So I'm going to go back to here, Amazon that. Then I have something like written here, letterhead, all of that good stuff. I'm going to pick this one, ASM letterhead dot that. Okay, later I'm going to talk about this thank you letter. I'm going to upload this guy. So okay, open. Go to next. Again, see, manage public permission. Do not get, that's the default. I'm going to leave it like that. Next. See, these are the things I was talking about. We have standard, infra access, and reduce redundancy. Okay, so those are the things I was talking about in my notes. All right, then encryption none. Next, that's it. Upload. So this is uploaded right now. When I click here, now watch it. When you come down, it will tell you who the owner is, when does it modify, all of that, what kind of a storage is, server-side encryption none, size is very small. Now look at this. When I right-click this and open new tab, you're going to see I'm going to get what error. Why is that? Because I do not have a permission. Okay, so that's why I said that permission is very important. I'm going to go back to here. Okay, I'm right here, properties, permission. Right now when I come down, see public access, I'm going to click what? Everyone read object. So everyone can read what? Object. I'm going to save. I'll go back to my bucket. I'll go back to this guy again. And then I'm going to right click this and open in new tab. Oops. Let's do it again. Again, look what happened. It's open up right now. What's happening? It downloading what? A file right now. So it downloaded what? A file. Okay. Again, because this was a file, it was not a what do you call it? It was not a pictures. So you see, what's important that it's what? It has to be what? Unique. The name has to be unique. So its name must be unique. And again, you have to have some kind of naming convention, and this name has to be unique. Now let me try another one. And the format could be what? Infrared access, reduced storage, and regular S3. Okay, I'll go back to my S3 again. Right here, go back to S3. Let me go create another one. Create bucket. I'm going to say, let's say Virginia bucket. I'm going to pick Virginia. See, bucket name already exists. So that's what the name has to be what? Unique. Okay. All right. Very good. The next thing I'm going to talk about that, and this topic is excuse me. First I do lab, I create a bucket, then I go to lab and upload pictures and different permission and properties. And now I'm going to do what's called a versioning lab. We will use both old and new console. It's very important. First I'm going to create a bucket called ASM test bucket 1, something like that. Make sure enable versioning. Hint, once the version is on, it cannot be removed and cannot be disabled. Okay. Then you go to under your bucket, then write something text document, say thank you for coming, blah blah blah, and then go ahead and upload the file to the bucket. After uploading go on the top, you will see the version on the top. Then what we're going to do, we're going to go inside the text and change the version. So what I've done, go back again here. All right. So this is the folder I have, which I have all my notes right here. Okay. And this is the ASM AWS versioning. So I have this thank you notes. I'm going to open up this. Okay. So good morning class, thank you for coming to ASM. Okay, so this is what I'm going to delete this because I was testing before. Okay, I'm going to close this and save it. Now what I'm going to upload this. Okay, So I'm going to go back again to my bucket. I'm going to create a new bucket. Create a new bucket, and I call that ASM. Oops, I can't do lowercase. ASM versioning test, something like that. Put in Virginia. Next. Okay, here I'm going to what? Turn on the what version, enable the versioning, because you want to show you that save. Next. Again, permission, that's fine. Next. Create a bucket. Alright, so ASM versioning test. I go inside that one, I click what? Upload. Select the file. Thank you text right here. Open. Next, but then make sure you give what? Grant public access so they can read that. Next, standard's fine, standard info access or reduced, that's fine. Encryption we don't know. Next, and then what? Upload the what? The file. Eventually will come up. Okay, so right here, thank you for the text. Okay, I click here. So this is the name of the thing is ASM versioning. Thank you, that, and that's text. I'm going to open new tab right here. So good morning class, thank you for coming. Okay, that's for that one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to that text document which I have it open. I'm going to go back to my text document which was right here. Okay, then I'm going to write down something inside. This is version 2. Oops. This is version 2. Then I'm going to what? Excuse me, save. Minimize it. Go back to that. And then I'm going to go back to S3. I'm back to Amazon that. I'm going back to versioning test right here. Then I'm going to upload the file again. Add that. I'm going to pick same thing. Open. Next. I do same thing. Again, you have to do grant read access. Next. Same thing. Next. And upload. So what's going to happen, we're going to see what's going to happen after this. You will see the concept of versioning right now. So let me go back again. Go back again. Then I'm going to click this guy again. Come back here. Then I'm going to open up this. See, look at this is version 2 override. Okay. Now I'm going to go back again. I want to show you the concept of versioning right now. Now look what happened. When you go back to here, the bucket, see you have what? Both version. We have this version as a time on it, 11:15, 12:11:15 p.m. or 12. That's the latest version. Okay. So that means I can go back to the version. Okay. Now look at the sizes. The size was 69 right now. Okay. So now look at my notes. I say right here, go to the bucket, then write a text document, say thank you for that. After uploading, then go at top, you will see the version at top. Now go inside the text, and here's the second version of that. Notice the size of the file was 46. Now I go back to my bucket and try upload the same file again. Now go back to the file and click on top. I see both versions. Now I see the new version is more size, it's 77. As we see, we have a 2 version file size, 77 plus that. Total size of bucket is what? Is this. It means you need to be careful, since if one file is for example, is 5 gigabytes, and the new version will be little more 5 gigabytes. So the total will be 10 gigabytes is, okay? So you need to think of the what? Lifecycle management policy, which we cover later on. So what I'm saying that anytime you upload a file, it might show as a 5 gigabyte, but actually because it's 2 versions, it's 5 gigabyte plus 5 gigabyte is called 10 gigabyte. Okay. Now, when you delete the latest version, it is gone. But when you delete an object file, you can get it back. Now, in order to get it back, I delete the object that is file with the true version, okay? After deleting, it is easier to get it back, that file, than new console. So let's go back to old console and we will check it. The tab shows show. Then we will see the object with true version on it, okay? Then what we're going to do to restore it, all you need to do, click one of the deleted file, select it, then go to action and click the delete. So let's do that right now. So what I'm saying that if you delete one of these guys, it's gone. But if you delete the whole thing, if you delete this whole file, you can get it back. But in order to get back, you have to use what? Old what? Version, okay? So what I'm saying that right here, well, let's go back to old version first. Switch back to old version. The old version is pretty cool. You must know this, but again, new version is more important than now than old version, okay? So this is old version right now. If I click the ASM version test, see, it doesn't show up nothing. You have to go to what? Property. When you go to property, then you see this guy right here, okay? This is the file is. When I click it, so open new tab, you can see that comes up eventually, okay? And this is a permission everyone download that and be able to open download it. And these are the other one is, and we have a bunch of other stuff, okay? So what I'm saying that right here, see, we have height tab and what? Show, okay? So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to go back to the what? New console again. I'm going to click this guy and what? More, sorry, and what? Delete. I'm deleting the whole text document, okay? It said all affected object will be deleted. Oops, sorry about that. So I'm going to delete this object right now. All right. Okay. So right now you see that my bucket, which was ASM version test, is what? Empty, okay? But I can get it back. How do I go? I go back to what? Switch to old console, okay? It's much easier this way. Go back to ASM version test, okay? This is empty right now, okay? Now what you do, you want to click height, nothing there, show. See that? Right here is what? Is there, it shows that. So what we have to do, they call that delete to delete marker. This is the delete marker. So what we have to do, as I say in my notes right here, it's a little confusing, don't get confused too much, okay? Right here, to restore, all you need to do, click on deleted file, select it, then go to action and click what? Delete. This is when deleting the deleted marker. Then when you click on the hide, you will see that file is there. So let's go back there. So I'll go back again here. I highlight this guy, but I what? Action and delete. So I'm deleting the delete marker. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so okay. Okay. Now I go back, see if it's there. Switch to new console. I go back to here. Go back to ASM versioning, and then I see what is here. So it came back. And when I click it, I have what? Both back. Again, the keys, if you delete the file, you can get it back. But if you delete one of these versions, that version is gone. You cannot get it back, okay? So right now I have what? Both versions, okay? So that's what I say in my notes, okay? So let's go back to other console and you will see that the files are got reset. You can also see the true version from what. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about cross-region replication lab. So what does that mean? Here it's better to use the old console, but we will do it, okay? I go to another region and I create a bucket called like a Sydney. So I'm going to have two buckets. Call it ASM test Sydney pick Sydney buckets, and I will do as default. We will not turn on the version on first. Okay. Then now I go to everything on the Virginia bucket, but replicate to what? Sydney bucket. So I'm gonna create 2 buckets. I want to replicate from Virginia to Sydney bucket. So let's go back to here. Excuse me. I'm going to create a bucket. I'll call it Virginia bucket test ASM. Put in Virginia. Next. I'm not going to version yet. I just want to show you something. Next. I'm going to do nothing here. Next. Create bucket. Then I'm going to create another bucket. It's called what? Sydney. Sydney test ASM. I'm going to change this to Sydney right here. Next. Okay, nothing touch it. Next. Nothing touch here. Next. And what? Create what? Bucket. Have Sydney bucket and Virginia test bucket. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create new text document called Virginia items. I'm going to go back to my notes. I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to create a new text document. It's a Virginia notes. Okay. This is a Virginia note to test it for replications. Okay, so I'll go back to my what? Virginia. Right here. Upload that. Add files. I call it Virginia notes. Open. Next. Okay, now here, remember you have to give what? Public. Don't forget that. You gotta give what? Grant public read access. Next. Next. Upload. Okay. Now, eventually it's going to show up here. We just have to wait. Okay, I'll go here. I'll go click here. And I will see what? My notes. Okay. So right now, so far so good. Okay. So right now I have a 2 bucket. One is Virginia bucket, which we saw that. And the other one was Sydney bucket. Again, when I go to Virginia bucket via note, I saw that notes, which is right here, which we saw that notes comes up. Okay. Now, what I want to do, I want to go back to here. I want to have replication from Virginia bucket to Sydney bucket. Okay. So I'm going to go back to Virginia. Now, here's the keys. You don't go to property, you go to permission, you go to management. It's kind of, this is a little bit tricky. You got to go to management. When you click on management, you see something called replication. Later on in the video, I'm going to talk about life cycle. It's very important. So I'm going to click what? Replication. When you do replication, you have to create some rules. Now the key is when you do replication, both source and destination have to have version on. We're going to see it. So both source and destination version has to be on. Remember that I did it for the source, but I did not do for destination. So because I want to show error. So I'm going to add role. All bucket in Virginia is fine. Next. Here is a destination. I want to pick what? Go to Sydney. And it's called Sydney test ASM. Next. Okay, I am role. There's no role here. I'm going to create one. Next. Okay, that's that. And click save. Now notice what happened. Error. Destination bucket must have version enabled. So I'm going to cancel all of that. I'm going to go back to here, go back to Sydney ASM, right here, Sydney test ASM, that's destination, click that, then go to property, then go to versioning, and turn on the what? The version, that's very important. Save, Then I'll go back to Amazon. I'll go back to the source right here. I'll go back to management tab. I'll go click what? Replication, add roles. This is fine. Next. And I want to pick what? A bucket in the Sydney. We already have that bucket. Okay. Next. Then I'm going to pick what? A role. So I don't have a role. I'm going to create a new role here because I don't have a role here. I'm going to create a new role. Then next, because you need to have a role so these guys can talk to each other. We're going to talk about role later on next videos. Then I'm going to see this is a source, Virginia bucket. All the buckets from Virginia enable to where? Sydney in different region. Same as a source, permission, create new role and save. So right now we finish that. Okay. Now if I go back to the Amazon tree, now do you think that's going to be everything replicated? See, is empty right now. So what's important for the exam is anytime you put a new thing, new stuff from here is going to be replicated to here, not all this stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my notes again. I'll go back to my notes. Okay, I'm just going to say new notes, new text document. I call that this is after I made replication. Okay, from Virginia to Sydney. The text, where I click this, rename it, copy it, and open it and paste it. Okay, so this is after I made a replication from Virginia to Sydney. So I'm going to upload this. We'll save it. I'll go back to my my things. Okay, I go back to Virginia again. I'll go upload the file, add file. So this is after I made a replication from Virginia. I'm going to say okay. Next. Again, don't forget give permission. Excuse me. Next, same thing here, nothing different. Next, upload. So right now I'm uploading this file. Now according to these, everything that's uploaded in Virginia bucket has to be replicated to Sydney what location. So let's test this, make sure this is working good. I click here. Okay, see that? Replication status what? Pending. I right click, open new tab right here. So this is our replication. Okay. Excuse me. Now I'll go back to my Amazon S3. I'll go back to Sydney. Let's see if that's been replicated. So it has not done it yet. So we have to wait until this get what? Replicated here. It might take a little bit of time because it's coming across. So let's refresh it. Alright, see after refresh, now I see that. See, I'm inside what? Sydney. Look at this again. So I'm inside the Sydney, and this is the file that made up. So I click that one. See, replication status or replica, and that's the file. If I open it right here, is loading right now. I will see same file exactly from that. So this is very good in order to replicate from one region to another region. Okay. All right, great. So let me summarize everything what we've covered so far. Okay, cross replication. Okay. Again, to cross replication, you must enable version on the this bucket and on the target. You got to do both of them. Okay. So that's what we did. So summary. S3 cross-release replication. Versioning must be enabled on both source and destination bucket. We saw that. Region must be unique. File in existing bucket are not replicated automatically, as we saw that. If you have something on the Virginia region, if you create new replication, the old file will not replicate, but all subsequent upload file will be replicated what? Automatically. Again, this finished everything we cover. Another video I'm going to talk about life cycle management, which comes later on. But just want to show you our website. Where can you find all of us? If you need information, go to asmedia.com/l as landing page. That takes you to our landing page right here. Okay. Then we come down. You see we have a bunch of courses. We have Amazon courses right here, and we have a format of daytime, bootcamp, evening, WebEx, everything like that. And also, if you go back to About Us blogs, you see that we have Amazon AWS here, which take you to the blogs, and we have a bunch of blogs, EC2, EC, all of that. We have some blogs here. If you have a question or comment, give us a call back here at 301-984-7400 or send us email via this form. Thanks so much, and you have an enjoyable day. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for future videos. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.